Is this working? I think this is working. If it ain't, it ain't. Welcome. What did I do here? There we go. Welcome. Welcome back. Art stream. Art time. Have a little bit right here. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. What am I looking at here? What? What do they say here? No. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Jesus, terrible timing. Terrible timing. Um, so I'm selling something on eBay, right? And this guy has already bought one of the things I'm selling, and he wants to buy another. And I do have it, but for some reason, neither of us can send an offer on it, which is weird because the last one I sold literally was to him through an offer. But for some reason, eBay has destroyed it. And then I have someone else asking questions about something else, and I'm just fucking losing it. Where is it, bro? Where the fuck? God, I wish I could search on mobile. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Why does this no longer have offer? Anyway, I did look into this, how to do some magical effects, and this is gonna sound insane. Wait, I can't edit this. Okay, here we go. This is gonna sound insane. Get the fuck out of here. Why? Yes, yes offers, allow offers. Done. Done. That was weird. Insane that I apparently was already kind of on the right track. I still don't think I can do a 3D feel that I want. Um, but I do have some ideas how to make this work for me. All right. Um, so I'm gonna do it now instead of wasting more of your time. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't have done. I mean, I have to because I don't make any substantial money from this, and that's like gonna be a profit of about $40. You know, and $40 is $40. Anyway, we're just gonna kind of show generally what I'm gonna do. This obviously isn't necessarily going to be it this time. I hope I'm on. Okay, I am not on the right layer, but that's all right. Hold. Ah, Jesus Christ! Somebody give me a fucking break here. All right, new layer. Let's just do it now. Okay. I mean, I feel like you maybe have the idea, right? So, in order to sell a more 3D effect, what I'll have to do is, if I were smart, I would have it dodge those layers. I'm not 100% sure how I can do that because I think I can't really lock everything with how I've ended up doing it. But this is the idea. So we'll have it go in and out in effect, right? Like some areas it'll be behind her, some it'll be in front, and we'll have it coming out. And then we're going to try to add some like color options. Definitely going to change off of this color because I am not feeling it, but let's just delete that. I guess we can test if I do a new layer in here. First off, we're gonna have to put the face in here and I guess alpha lock the face as well. If we alpha lock this, will it ignore? Why is it like tan? Oh, that's right, because I was working on face. Let's just do, I don't know, I feel like I want it to be like a yellowy, but like a warm yellow. So if I do like this, okay, so it won't do anything in the background there. It'll only do that, which is the opposite of what I want. So can I invert this? Can I invert alpha lock? No. Alpha into mask maybe? What if I pull this out of here? Does that do it? What if I... Oh. There's some sort of mask thing I can do. I just don't know how to do it. Hmm. How do I do this? I'm trying to like figure out how I want to do this. I don't think I know. I want it to be the opposite of what I'm doing. Is there a way to do that? Properties is just this again. Convert to transparency mask maybe? So if I put this in here, if I put it under everything instead, select deselect maybe? Okay, so let's select deselect, and let's move this here. So putting that on top doesn't really work. And it seems to like lock it in once it seems to think it's doing something. Okay. What if I don't alpha inherit? Sorry. is happening? Alright, you know what this means? We're gonna have to... Uh-oh. There it is. Respond now. View offer. This is our boy. Accept offer. Accept offer. Fantastic. Okay. Um... Yeah. Sorry about this. Alright. Done and done. Oh, I wanted to look up what is the deal with these masks. So transparency mask. I wonder, I assume grayscale layer. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want to make the layer itself. Ah, okay. A layer. Is it like dodge or something? Dodge? Add a new paint layer, open blending mode, drop down Docker, set normal, and then set color dodge or linear dodge from lighten category. Okay. Okay. So let's get rid of the transparency mask thing. We're gonna go all the way back. What's happening here? I don't know what's happening here. I'm just gonna delete this. Okay, I should have done that from the start. Sorry about that. So we have to create a dodge. So let's make a new layer. We're just gonna call it test for now. And you don't get this with real artists, right? They already know what they're doing. So we need to change the blending mode to lighten, apparently. No, I'm gonna go with color dodge instead. Okay. So now if I alpha lock it, it's still the exact opposite of what I want. So this says it should be a lighten. Oh, wait. Is it in here? Easy dodge, maybe? Linear dodge? Sorry about that. Look at the phone again. See what bro's up to here. Set to normal. Select color dodge or linear dodge from the lighten category. If I set it to normal, I don't know what difference this will make. So lighten, color dodge, or linear dodge. That is what I've got here. What if I put this behind that? That's close. I want it to only do it in certain spots though. So I think we're not going to be able to do this. I think the way I'll have to do this is to manually by hand make it dodge, which is not very ideal for me. Before we do that, I keep forgetting to edit this little guy. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Ooh, I gotta work on that body. Sorry. So let's go ahead and clear that whole little subject there. Let's grab something like that, maybe. Switch to that. Let's hide Lart. Get Lart back. Oh. Not dark enough. Let's maybe go just a smidgen darker. Uh-oh. Let's undo that. My phone's going off. I really don't want to answer it or see whatever the hell's going on there. Where is my button? There it is. Let's yoink this. Switch to that. Okay. Just want it to feel a little less flat here. I don't want to do too much shading because this thing, in theory, should be quite illuminated. So it's more like any shading that would happen is supposed to be like a result of like the misshapen nature of this, I'm assuming, like carved stone thing. Okay. Why did my phone go off? I should not check it anymore, but I just want to know. All right. All right. You guys just thinking me. Anyway, let's fix up the base a little bit while we're at it, because we did see this. Um, so this is a result of not having the group be be proper, if I'm not mistaken. So what happened is we had line art, we didn't have the right grouping because of reasons, and those reasons are we didn't really know how to use it properly. We also uh, didn't didn't like draw it properly under the line art stage. So there's like gaps between areas because we had been thinking we'd have line art. I think I'm gonna skip the line art. I do kind of like, it's interesting. I like the way it ends up feeling, but I don't like the way it feels. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I want to be able to make like those super clean like anime girl drawings kind of deal. But I just can't seem to manage that. But what I can do is like these sort of close enough painterly feeling things. And I do really like them. It's just that it's not really what I aim for when I start one of these. Like I want it to feel cleaner and nicer. And it just never really does. And so like I end up kind of disliking it. I think I might give her a belt buckle. Okay. Now if I take this and just kind of... What do we got going here? Is this going to work for us? Not really working, is it? I just need it to feel like a little more, but a little less, you know? So if I just kind of go like, maybe like that. Yeah, I'm not liking any of this for some reason. I don't know. It just, I feel like I needed to have... I needed to have planned for this, and I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off, so I think we're going to bail. If I had planned for this, I think I could have pulled this off, but since I didn't, it just kind of looks awkward. Sorry. There you go. Am I crazy? That looks super awkward, right? Like, I think it would have worked if I had planned for it, but since I didn't plan for it, what happened was it just kind of looked like it was drawn on as an afterthought. And that is what it is, but it's not really what you want. All right, let's do some front grass real quick. Something to think about. What the hell is going on with my phone today? Somebody give me a goddamn break, please. Um, mm, mm, mm. Okay. Might try to do a little pull job like right around here. We'll see how that works. Now that we've kind of covered some of the bottom, I actually think it looks a little better. What is happening? Let's put this above. And I guess we'll just like send it on something here. I want it to not feel too like what is this? Okay, I kind of like that, but not right now. Just don't feel like this is the right color. I don't want it to feel super vibrant. I want it to feel warm. But this like doesn't really feel right to me. But if I go too dark, I feel like it looks just kind of like green. I don't know. If I go further this way, more towards like an orange. See, now it feels too dark again. There's not really a way to do this simply. Or is there? Wait. This is almost certainly not the correct way to do this. We'll just try this for now. Okay. So now I should be able to select that. Select that. And now if I go here. Oh no. Okay. If I go there. Okay. So now if I invert the selection. Okay. Alright, so we have the intended effect. Now we have to decide if this is how we want the spell itself to look like. I almost feel like this looks like anime clouds more than anything. And I'm not sure if that's really the look we want. Okay. So if we make this like a burn layer, what are we looking at? Weird. What if we make it an addition layer? Color dodge? I actually think I might like that a little bit. It's not the right color though. If we only keep the red. Okay. What if I do it again? Hold on. I think. So this one is going to be an addition layer. And we're actually going to undo the dodge, I think. Just make this normal. And what if we do... Sorry. Okay. So we want this to be a little more opaque. Maybe, hold on. Wait, maybe that would help this from the start as well. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Just hold on, I've got an idea. This layer doesn't necessarily need what we're doing there. So what if we just take this and kind of like trace over it to give it like that embrightened and golden feel. Not working. Would it be better if I did it with this? Don't really feel like you can even tell. Don't like that. Okay. Right. It almost feels like it's too much somehow. It feels too gray, doesn't it? I increase the opacity just a smidge, maybe? What if I change this to lighten? That somehow made it darker. Color dodge? Addition? Interesting. Luminosity? I mean, it's all just like an experiment at this point. I think we're gonna undo all of this. And we're gonna undo all of that. And we're gonna try not using that. What I'm gonna do is just kind of send it on something. I don't know. How do I do this? We just like make a ball. I mean, I guess we can. What does that feel like? Just such a bad color, too. I think that's part of the problem. I just can't find a good color here. Like, if I just go with, like, the most yellow of yellows, it doesn't feel right, does it? Ooh, that's not good. Okay. If I use this, will it be better? So this has its own fucking problem. How do I do this? Okay. Can I change the two colors here? What if I get rid of the flow? Okay, that just straight up gets rid of it. If I get rid of the spacing. Okay. It just doesn't feel like it fits in the world, is how I'll put that. Okay. So now, what I'm gonna try to do, I guess, is like come in and shave parts of it off. Maybe lower that a little bit. And we're just gonna do it in a manner based entirely on feeling. Okay. just hear my fucking neighbor's music. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't like it. So annoying. And the goal here is to almost make it feel, well, unnatural. Because it is. To humans, to us, right? This isn't real. So, like, the more jagged and weird it's gonna feel here, the better. Okay? And we'll just kind of keep. Oh no, I didn't mean to change the color. We're just gonna kind of keep going with it until we feel something. Okay. Why the hell did the whole fucking house just shake? Don't like that. I almost feel like this is harder than like actually trying to draw something. This doesn't feel as warm as I would have liked, unfortunately. Kind of just feels like maybe lightning. And I wanted it to feel maybe more like a show of a spell than actually something that's about to kill someone. Okay, let's zoom all the way in. Get rid of anything here that's over that. Okay. You know what? I have a better idea for most of this. So now, let's go ahead and chop into this maybe. I just don't feel like this facial expression works with this very well. Okay. be easier if I use this. Come on. I've got to do some work on these hands, huh? It's a lot of like base refilling I've got to do, I'm noticing. For the obvious reasons. Alright, let's go to base real quick. Let's maybe try and make this work. You know what? Okay. Alright. Let's go up. Oh, this one still has something here? Alright. So, what if I fuck around with this? See what we can make it look like. So if we do burn, doesn't really do anything for us. If we do addition. Am I on the right layer? Paint layer 2. Yeah. Yeah. Multiply. Nothing seems to be happening. So let's go back. Are we on the wrong layer somehow? Is it not doing it because this is highlighted? That could be it. So let's select, deselect. Now we'll try it. That wasn't it. Really? I just realized I've been talking muted for probably like 10 minutes. I don't know how long it's been this way, realistically, so I'm just gonna say it. We're thinking about foregoing the spell. I would like to draw magic. I would like to start drawing magic. I just don't feel like the motion of the character that we've got down is indicative of casting a serious spell. I'm I'm thinking maybe what we can do is pull off, like, you know how there's stars in the original, there's like almost fireflies, maybe put in some fireflies and some like little magic dots instead of like a full-blown spell. Like maybe she just cast a spell or something. Um maybe this is gonna be a tough one, but maybe like a bubble and there's gonna be like rain on it. That might be kind of cool. That would make sense for her to have like this facial expression with that happening. Because it's like, oh, we're out in a field and oh no, it's raining. But then I'd have to put a lot more clouds in the sky. I do want to put clouds in the sky. It's just that I'm not really sure how we're gonna do that. Okay. Do 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 do. Not too bad. We got most of it that run. Let's take maybe the eyebrow color real quick and just kind of scooch on through there just a smidgen. There we go. Nobody will know. Okay. Come on down in here. Try and cover up the bad job we did. This is what we call conspiracy. Okay, what we're gonna do is take this real quick. We're gonna find the tool options. We're gonna go here. We are going to try to liquefy just a smidge. I don't feel like this is liquefying. I feel like this is chopping. I'm not liking this. What if we just like kind of undo everything we just did? Okay, so let's go back to liquefy. This doesn't feel like it's doing what I normally do. It feels like it's just kind of chopping it up, doesn't it? It's weird. Okay, what if I hide front grass real quick? There we go. Okay, we're still on base. Maybe this? Think this might be it. Feels weird. Maybe it's because I've been looking at it the other way for so long. Not really sure. Alright. We're gonna save this for now. And it is, I think, pretty undoable, so I'm not too worried about it. What I'm thinking now is where did the thing go? We've gotten most of like the parts where we got fucked up from not having a proper like dodge layer thing set up. I don't think this spell is gonna work for us. I just don't feel like it fits the motion of what we did. I'm thinking we could try some other things. I don't know. Oh, the dodge layer is for the head. Okay. Let's do a test and see how this is gonna work. So we can draw some clouds. That would be fine. What if we draw? We'll lose a bunch of the sky though. I mean, I guess we could put like clouds here, and it's like, okay, well the clouds end here. That's weird though. Like, why would it just be basically raining in one spot? Okay. don't need to shrink it. All right. So let's say we do this. That ain't it. So what we would have to do is like do occasional streaks to kind of show a bubble. Maybe like something leaking down, like some splash up. I feel like this isn't gonna, it's still gonna look weird as hell, and it's gonna, like I said, completely ruin the fact that we did a sky. I don't think there's any winning this. Let's undo that. We could try drawing a couple like fireflies. I mean, it's pretty basic, but we can basically just use the same thing we did for the sky. Maybe make these a little more orangey. That's a little too much. We would have to really increase the spacing. I wouldn't really want that much. It's just kind of blending in with the stars, isn't it? The only benefit is that it's going over her in some places. Like, that's the only thing that's kind of selling it. We could, what if we do it like as an, nope, as like an addition layer that just turns them white. Okay. The burn layer is going to make it darker, which makes no sense. What if we do color dodge? That just kind of also makes them white. It does brighten them though. Multiply maybe? Makes it darker. Okay. Saturation? We could mess with their saturation. Screen. I think our best bet might actually somehow be addition. But what, this is a lot to do. But what we're going to have to do is 2 layers. We'll do this as normal. And then hopefully you know what, let's actually get a little more in the grass so that you can really hopefully know that these are like right the fuck here. If that makes sense. It should make sense. All right. This is probably not going to work. But now what we would, hello? What we would want to do is probably group these. But we'll want to maybe come in and I guess probably this. And then change this layer to addition. And we'll just have to like add the addition manually. There's so much though that we're probably just going to be doing like 1 or 2 of them per like cluster. Okay, that is a little too additioned. Why is that so white? Don't feel like it used to do that. See, that looks right. Why is it super white like right here? Interesting. That looks perfect. That's, if I could do that for as many as I could, I would be very happy. I don't know why it won't match. It seems to be specifically on this color. So here's what I can do. I can ignore that and address it later. So if I do that here, hold on, what if I use this thing? It's a little sharper than I'd like, to be honest. All right, let's increase the size, so we'll go like that. We'll maybe just do it to ones of like a certain threshold, and we'll kind of just like maybe make them feel like they're wisping away or something. Wait, all right, so I'm having them go down as if like whatever is on them is like maybe warmer and it's like hot air rising. Should I have it be going the other way though, as if it's motion? I'm gonna stick with what we've got going. Almost makes it feels like, what the hell? Almost makes it feel like little souls or something. Like that one spell from Final Fantasy, the ritual, if you will, sending the lost spirits. Okay. I will say I'm not really liking how generally these all feel super similar. So I'm gonna try my best to make it vary a little more. Maybe come back on them. Like they're all kind of just generally going like up and down, and I want there to be a little more variation if I can. See, this all kind of feels like sperms. Anyway, what the fuck? Can we catch a goddamn break here, please? It all feels so similar that it's kind of like ruining the illusion for me a little bit. If I were to add clouds to the background, would we think that would diminish it? Let's just quickly get rid of some of this. There you go. Kind of looks like it's wisping out a little bit. Kind of like that. We can do that to a couple more of them. That'll also break up like the monotony of it. I'm wondering actually if I blend a little bit, does that do anything? That actually kind of helps too. It gets rid of like that sharpness feeling. Wait, this actually just might be all I need. Makes it feel a little like whimsical. Or like you're crying, I don't know. Depends on what's wrong with your eyes or not. I think it makes them look less like sperm. That's the real reason we're going with it. Get that sperm out of her eye. She needs one of those chemical flushes. I do feel like more than anything, it just kind of looks like it's part of the sky. And I don't like that. I need some more in front of her without detracting too much. So let's maybe do like that's just too big. That's also the wrong layer. Didn't think about that. That might have to do. Also, this will suffer less if I do the Blendo Dicko Tricko. We don't have to worry as much about it kind of turning almost white. Because we're just going to kind of blend it and send it, if you will. That should get rid of like a lot of that harshness that comes along with it. Feel like maybe I should do like one relatively large one, like right here. Let's maybe use this. Whose soul is this? Whose goddamn white baby is this? Right, so if we hit it with the old floppy dick here, whatever the hell this tool's called. What if we slap this little guy in there? Give it some real, like, feel. Comparatively speaking. Alright. Might be getting somewhere. Right? I don't know why, but I feel like this smells. It would smell like it smells like a lemon, if that makes sense. Like I just get the vibe that this would smell like pine sol. Damn, girl, you got a soul that would smell like pine sol. Shit. Oop, wrong thing. Let's take a step back, see how we're feeling. I don't dislike it. I feel like it's quite in contrast though to like a lot of the other colors still. It's hard. It's hard to say how it is. I want this to work. I feel like it would work in something else. But it's like you kind of look at her and it's like, okay, she's the main focus, but then it's kind of like, well, actually maybe the spell is, but like the spell isn't as interesting as it needs to be like that. So I'm not sure if we commit to the spell. It doesn't really feel as 3D as I need it to as well, which is kind of a problem. Like it just kind of feels like it's there. Maybe if I put some of it over here, but it's kind of getting too big already. How did I end up back on the little charcoal smudge? How did this curse smudging take hold over me? Alright. Straight smudging it. That does help a little bit, but not really enough. See, now it kind of feels like I'm drawing over this way, but avoiding over here. So it's like now I have to come over here. And it's just really starting to like get too big. Because it's like, well, what am I even doing here? Like, what is this magic we're looking at, if you will? Okay. We're gonna do okay, apparently I can't rename this. I can't name this layer either. Alright. We're gonna do something a little crazy style with it. We're gonna take this, we're gonna do another addition layer. And this one's just gonna kind of be like a general glow around the areas that I feel like maybe should get it. I could probably alpha lock this, I think. I'm pretty sure. So if I move this to the group, come on. I should be able to actually alpha lock that, right? Did that not work? Oh no, it's a copy. Why did it copy it? That's fine. Okay, for some reason I can't delete that. Whatever. What? How was the layer? I didn't lock it. What is happening? We might be approaching a moment here where I have to restart again. I don't know where this problem's been coming from, but it definitely does feel like it's a little more problematic than it used to be. Alright, so there's not that much over here, so we don't really need a lot of it. Maybe just like a smidge here and there. That should be generally pretty fine. Shall we go here? Where is it? Liquefy me, Captain. Nope. Nope. Alright, I guess there's really only one way to do this, and that is not it. Let's go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Better. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little crazy real quick. Hopefully, actually, wait, this might be the play. Hopefully this works the way I'm intending it to. No, it doesn't. Alright. Can I... What if I remove this spacing? Okay. What if I add more spacing? if I change this up? Wait, what if I do, uh-oh. If I do wash? Does not appear to be doing anything. I don't know if that's because it's not doing anything or if it's just such a tall order that it's like just not doing it right now. Okay. I'm just not really feeling like I like the way this generally looks. That's a little better. I feel like it was too busy. I want the glow, I want the feel, but like not like that, if that makes sense. I wanted to try and keep the shape, but it doesn't really look like we can without it just looking like kind of goofy. Very much looks like stars now, and I'm not happy with that. This kind of looks like fire, but like is washed out, which is not what I was going for. I feel like I need some. I don't know why this is yellow. I know I made it yellow. I just don't know why I did it. I feel like there needs to be something solid here in the center, and I don't know why. Maybe not there. What if I do it like down here? And then kind of like, what if I blend that up? I don't know. Is it dumb as hell or what? I really feel like the spell should be like up over here, but there's just no space since I have no idea what I'm doing and didn't prepare for that. Let's see. Let's look for some major areas here that I feel like could definitely use something. Drag our ass down to base here. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know why I thought that was on a layer that would be above that. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Let's take a second to look at it. I both like it, and it's like I feel like I want to do more to it, but I just don't feel like I know how. I don't I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know where I'm going with it. I almost feel like I need like a staging thing where like I decide what I'm going to do before I start. Because like I kind of knew I wanted to draw a spell, right? But I never really thought it would matter as much. It's part of it's also that I'm not great at doing depth still. The reference I used didn't have the magic in this like screen grab. That's a problem. I do feel like we kind of got a good thing for grass going though. I think my grass looks kind of decent. Nobody's looking at it though. Maybe try to throw a cloud or two in there. I don't really know that it matters. But what I will do is we'll do BG, we'll do a layer above BG, we'll do it actually above star. I still don't know why I don't seem to be able to do this very well, but here we go. So the clouds should probably be, you know what, we'll use this thing. Um, maybe like a purplish, but like a gray, a purple. If I just make this massive. Okay. And if I just kind of go over that. Does feel a bit like a waste to have done like all that background and then to just basically cover it up. But at the same time, I don't know if I care. I think maybe I'm liking this because it does kind of help. Is this covering the grass? How is that covering the grass? What? What is happening? This shouldn't be covering the grass, right? Oh, wrong thing. Why does this cover the grass? What am I missing? Was that front grass? Is this front grass over here? I didn't think that was front grass. Hose is a bit of a problem. Not a huge one, though. All I have to do is another cloud layer. Right about here. What? Wait. What? No. What is happening? Why is it doing this to me? Okay, here we go. Call it cloud 2. So now if I do this, this should show up behind that. What? Wait. What? What layer is this grass on that it's not in front of this? I'm gonna lose my shit. So that should be there. That's fine. Okay. So it's here, right? If I no, I can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna lose it. I'm losing it. Let's just undo like everything we just did. There we go. How to give up 101 with your boy. Just see how this fucking looks at this point. Okay. And then we're going to come in. Hello? Oh, it just took a second. We're going to kind of just erase parts of it. Then we'll come in and we'll just do like a bunch of dark stuff. Then we'll blend. Okay. Come in. We'll do a little more erasing. Okay. Trying to make it feel a little bit like maybe the clouds are going this way so that it feels less just like a messy background and more like, okay, the clouds are on the move. There's some motion to them. And so that's why in certain spots, maybe there's clouds and maybe there's not. If I go here, I can't really do anything actually because that's just solid. Um, I gotta figure out like pen settings so that I can maybe find something that will let me choose like what direction I need to do my pen in for certain shapes and colors, or like darkness, if you will. I feel like it's weirdly empty down here for the obvious reason that I'm trying to avoid the whole grass situation. It's a kind of good lesson though, because like now I know grass its own layer, sky its own layer, you know what I mean? Clouds its own layer. Just like everything give it its own fucking layer. Do a really just solid one here. I kinda, call me a dumbass here, kinda wanna just add the slightest bit of green in here. We'll see how this looks real quick. Kind of, I'm hoping this like gives it the feeling of maybe an aurora borealis. Nah, I don't like it. Could just be that it's the wrong green. That could work in theory. I just don't think I've got it. I don't think I know what I'm working with right now. But if I do the same thing with pearl, it could, wait, could be that I need to do it in like this. What if I do this? Then maybe like one more in like a blue. Hopefully this doesn't completely fuck up things for us. This is completely also, oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, that I got rid of that in its entirety. But I do like it. I actually do kind of like that. What if I go to the background? No, 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 because that'll mess up the stars. Not that you can really even see them at this point. Just add a little more of this. Thinking a little more of the magenta. A little more of the grinta. Then we'll do one more pass. This should probably be on its own layer if we were like very serious about making this into something. Obviously it's not, because I'm a fucking moron. I feel like a lot of the stuff ended up looking exactly how I didn't want it to. If that makes sense. Like, damn it, I hate saying that phrase. Like we kind of just drowned out the clouds and I wanted to avoid that, or drowned out the sky and I wanted to avoid that. I wanted it to look very magical and mystical, but instead it just kind of looks like clouds and stars instead of like cloud stars and then like the little like spirit balls or whatever. I think it might be about time to just call it. I feel like we did pretty decent. I like it, but it's like it's not really what I wanted. But I don't really know how to make it into that at this point. I feel like we did our best and I do like it. So I think we can be happy with that. Uh-oh. I don't know if we can be happy with that. But I think overall, it's like there are things that I definitely could have done better, especially had I known certain things before then. There's things I still obviously have to learn to make this better than it is. Um, but I don't know that I know how to do them right this moment, and that sucks. But also, it's like, what am I gonna do? Just keep forming a new layer and then deleting an old layer and then forming a new layer until I get something that's maybe representative of close to what I want? Or do I say this is interesting, this is decent, right? I got to get better at proportions. I got to get better at planning, right? I got to get better at whatever the hell's going on in the background here in the foreground. You know what? I will say the grass kind of looks decent. I don't know if it really goes with the rest of it, but it looks decent. I got to get better at like my forming my shapes. Um, Definitely faces. I mean, this face looks fine. It's just that I don't feel like it's the right choice. I know I just copied what was there, but it is what it is. Um, but there's like so much I got to get better at before I think we can even approach doing something that I want to do. Which is why the next one's probably also just gonna be a girl casting magic, because how else am I gonna get better at it if I don't try it? I don't know. I don't know. I need other things to probably try. I don't know. I don't know, but I think we're done with this image just because I don't dislike it, but I don't really think I can do anything to improve it, really. Like I can just change it. I don't have the skill level to improve it. I can just change it to like something else of this caliber, which is mid on a good day. If you're feeling generous, if you're happy and you want to make me feel better, you'd call it mid. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go and get off for the morning. So tomorrow, I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe I'll find a picture of Freeman or something and give that a shot with some sort of magic. Um, but I think we're gonna call it on this one. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I can catch you in the next one, whatever that is. But until then, bye.